It's Monday morning. Everybody's waking up early, heading out into the woods. Dogs are wondering what all the activity is about around here. Alright, I better get down into the woods. Down into the valley we go. Nice and slow. Well, I didn't get terribly far, but it's okay. This is why you leave a little bit early, just in case, trees or something happen to be in your way. Made it down to the hunting shack. Try not to slip and fall on the leaves. Said hunting shack, I need to say hunting lodge. Here we are, got the chair and everything. Alright, I'm gonna stop using the flashlight, let my eyes adjust, and we will see what happens at sunrise. Just kind of sitting here, listening to the sounds of nature, hoping to hear some walking through the woods, but the sun is about to rise, and hopefully when it does, I'll be able to see something. The sun is up, and there's just nothing out here. Not totally surprising, because I don't actually think the deer come through here in the morning, but maybe rather at dusk. There's very obvious deer paths all around here. There's actually a path that runs down here and cuts through the center of the field, and then goes over to the other side and actually goes past a persimmons tree right there and winds its way over to the pond. I know they definitely hang out there, but it's super quiet out here and there's a lot of leaves on the ground, so I would definitely hear them if they're around at the moment. Of course, we'll give it some more time, see what happens. I haven't actually walked out this way very much in the daytime to see if there's many tracks or anything out this direction, but obviously if something shows up, I'll be here and ready for it. Maybe I need to bite the bullet and get one of those feeders and set it out in the middle of the field. I know that's the way most folks around here hunt, but yeah, I don't have one. But maybe I should consider for next year that would be a good investment. Okay, yeah, the more I sit here, hearing gunfire erupt all around the woods, I'm thinking, yeah, I definitely should invest in one of those, feeders. I know you can set them for a certain time. It'd be dispersing corn in whatever location at whatever time I want. Deer would get into some kind of habit and come hang out there. Yeah. And yes, it is legal to set those up for deer hunting in my state. I know a lot of people say it's unsportsmanlike and all that stuff, but I don't totally see the sportsmanlike part of going after deer with, firearms. It's not exactly a sport, in my mind anyway. Like, you kind of have the unfair advantage, but yeah, I'm just rambling now. Let's talk about hunting. So I was actually successful in getting some meat this year. I was actually not successful last year, but I was quite busy. This is pretty much the south-facing part of my property. A lot of my property faces south, but down actually from where I'm standing, way down there, let me see if I can get this to zoom in a little bit better. Right about there, I got a deer. Definitely wasn't anything to write home about, but good sized doe, plenty of meat. That's all I'm hunting for is meat. Ended up having really good shot placement, and the thing laid right there. And it wasn't too long after that, actually went down, got it, dragged it up to the outdoor kitchen. Diane pretty much got it all processed, and then another one showed up, same spot. got him. He was nothing impressive, you know, no big rack. I'm not a trophy hunter. I couldn't care less about horns, but he basically ran down there for I don't know, 100 yards or something like that. He didn't get real far, and then he laid down and took a nap. Now, way down there at the bottom actually is the valley we have with the creek and the new pond. Still too dense to see anything. But the rain we had just before opening season pretty much meant that the deer had no reason to go down to a pond. And there's a lot of acorns this year. We were able to tell where most of the deer hung out just based on how few acorns there were underneath certain oak trees. I think most years when there's a heavy acorn crop, most hunters don't do as well, the ones that do baiting with corn and stuff. There's just no reason for the deer to come out of the woods if there's plenty of food around. So I think that's happening somewhat, although it seems like a lot of the neighbors were quite successful this year. Basically, because of the rain and knowing that the acorns were pretty heavy, my strategy this year was essentially just to roam around and look for the deer. Obviously, you know, you don't go like crashing through the woods, waving your arms and screaming or anything, but just sitting and waiting for them to walk by. Particularly once hunting season started, it seems like the deer completely change up their habits, you know, because I kind of knew what trails they used and how all that went, and it seemed like a lot of that changed as soon as hunting season started. This processing area and the outdoor kitchen has actually worked out really well for us. The ground below, we're actually able to take a cart with a tote in it and gut the deer and skin it and everything right into the tote, so we didn't have to make a big mess. We would like to make stuff out of the hides eventually, and we have actually tanned hides before, but this year we're just way too busy. But it makes an excellent chew toy for the dogs. Of course, nothing goes to waste. We're feeding pretty much no dog food this time of year. Everything from the legs to the scraps, anything else, they get a hold of it. We've got lots and lots of feed from other hunters around here, as well as the stuff we got ourselves. We also cut some of the hides into strips and let them hang up here and dehydrate for summertime dog treats. Let's jump on the four-wheeler and go to the second spot where I got it. Out here in one of the far fields, this is where I was when I got the other deer. Hanging out right there, right in that thicket. Pretty easy to remember exactly how that was. And I basically waited for it to put its head down by its shoulder. Again, a pretty large female deer. I was rather unconfident about the shot because I had recently missed one with the bow a while back, and I wanted to make sure that I got it. So basically a head into the shoulder shot, and yeah, the thing didn't move anywhere. It just laid right there. Again, just seems like the best way for hunting around here is to just drive the four-wheeler somewhere and park it, and then you just start walking around, looking over into the edge of the woods, maybe crouch by a tree for a bit and try to listen what's up. Seems to be the most successful way rather than sitting in a stand next to a pond where they're just not drawn to. There's no acorns down there. All the food and acorns is all up here. And again, nothing goes to waste. We've got all three of our livestock guardians out here at the moment, and this is Czar. She's got the carcass of one of them. Pretty cool. These guys can just hang out here and eat carcasses, at the same time protect the goats and keep them safe from harm. Yes, good puppies. Good puppies. For those of you that don't know, this bigger one is Boaz. Czar is the one laying down, and this is our new one, Bash. And Minion is cute, adorable, and completely useless. So far, I think it's another week or so of rifle season, and if I get anything, I will certainly update you guys.